Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Tuesday. That truly feels like a Friday because I don't even give a rip that I have the whole week in front of me. Today, in this moment, I am feeling gratitude. I am feeling joy. I am feeling pride because today is our 6-year Toast anniversary. Welcome to The Toast. Hey, Jax, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. It is the 6-year Toast anniversary. It's a major part of Toast herstory. You know what's so funny about us?
Is herstory is a word we make fun of and now we use it all the time?
No, funnier.
Oh, no, I don't know what's funnier than that.
We make a big deal out of the most random occasions, but last year would have been our 5-year Toast anniversary. Right. I don't even think we mentioned it.
Yeah.
And this year it's 6. We're having a party. We're doing all of this content for the number 6.
I don't know. I want to say I know 5 isn't a more popular number for some reason. And I think 5 is so little and 6 is so much. I'm glad we didn't celebrate 5. I wasn't even proud of it.
Another example of us celebrating milestones, but not the ones you would think, is when you had your 500K party, but we didn't have an 1 million party.
Yeah, when I hit 500,000 followers, I did throw a party. But when I hit 1 million, I had woken up. It was my birthday. We had tickets to 1989 tour, and then we were going to Atlantic City that night to celebrate my birthday. So I feel like we celebrated it all. For
sure. Was that the best day of your life?
It was. When people ask me what is one of the best days of your life, I tell them, oh, and I had turned 21. I woke up on my 21st birthday, and what's so crazy, I was so nuts about my followers back then. I knew that I was going to reach 1 million followers probably July 11th or 12th. My birthday is the 10th. Based on, I think I had 995 and I was getting 2,000 to 3,000 followers a day. So based on that, it was going to be the 11th or the 12th. So I wasn't expecting to wake up on my birthday to 1 million. So that was just an added bonus. Then the whole family, mom got us tickets to 1989 tour. And then back in the day, we were obsessed with going to Atlantic City and gambling and partying. And so we went to Eras Tour in New Jersey. And then we drove straight to me, you, Ben, and Olivia. Margot couldn't come yet because she was too young. Straight to Atlantic City from East Rutherford. And honestly, that is one of the best days, seriously, of my life.
Yeah, you can't plan any better.
You couldn't, and I didn't even plan it, you know?
Yeah.
But today is up there as well. I don't know why, you're right. Today is just a random day, but I am feeling an immense sense of pride.
Immense sense of pride. We posted a reel this morning, a nostalgia reel from our first show of the Toast ever. And seriously, I had tears in my eyes. Maybe I'm just being emo right now, but I think it's emotional. I remember that day so clearly. I don't want to say it was yesterday because a lot has transpired and doesn't feel so in the past, but I remember the feeling. Oh my gosh, I remember
the dread.
Every minute of that day, I remember, and of that show.
6 years ago today, Jackie and I carpooled our asses out to Long Island City.
We always carpooled every day. That was fun.
We did?
You lived 2 blocks south from me. Yeah, you would pick me up on 34th Street, and then we got on the tunnel. When you lived at that old building.
Yeah. By the way, it's so crazy how none of this, I don't remember ever once picking you up. We carpooled, every day for how many years? Until I moved.
Until you moved. It wasn't that long then.
That's crazy. Yeah, this day 6 years ago, we were embarking on a journey. We really were going in blind. I remember feeling really no excitement at all today. I remember feeling dread that we were launching this show that so many people were going to be watching to see what we said and criticize our tech. And our tech was not on point. We did not have the AV department that we currently do.
We were also trying to do something different than we do now, something that isn't done often because it's nearly impossible.
And I mean, the elephant in the room, I was enormous. It's hard for me to go look back on that footage. One, because it was a hard day, but 2, I'm so unhealthy looking. I literally look like I sucked in helium. So I don't like to look at footage for that day for a multitude of reasons.
But doesn't it also make you feel pride in your growth?
Yes, it does. It does.
And how 6 years, a lot can change.
Now, feel free to drop a comment. What has been your favorite moment, Toast moment in the last 6 years? There are so many to count. Of course, the first ever live performance we had where the speaker died comes to mind. Dachshund comes to mind. So many inside jokes. Guarantid comes to mind. RDH comes to mind. So many things. My cross to bear. Oh, and today I did intentionally this outfit. I know you think she looks like a slob in her sweats. It was an intentional move wearing absolute favorite piece of Toast merch that we've ever released that we need to honestly like re-release, even though we're not called the Morning Toast anymore. It has the Morning Toast logo. It's the My Cross to Bear pink sweatshirt. I love this sweatshirt.
Yeah, a little bit of vintage Toast merch.
Yeah, giving archival energy. Wearing an archival look.
An archival piece.
We pulled a piece from the archives, a piece of couture.
We will get into the show, but first we're going to sit in this moment.
Yeah, of course.
And think back on the last 6 years. And if you're a new toaster, congratulations, because there's so much old toast for you to listen to, and it's all still so funny.
Okay, that's so funny that you say that, because today I actually was looking through my phone. I have the same phone, well, same iCloud since 6 years ago, so I have a lot of footage from the day that we started, and then just like the weeks leading after that, all different videos from the show, from our studio. And like, oh my God, we were so unfunny. I like die. I'm like, how did people watch us? Like, how were we so popular now?
I think there are times, and maybe the first few shows, it was hard to be incredibly funny because we were just minding our P's and Q's and so nervous, and we had been through a lot. But don't worry, we found our groove soon enough. If we hadn't, we wouldn't still be here. Like, because the thing about podcasting is you cannot really fake it. Yeah. Because people won't give you an hour of their day or even their week if you're not bringing something to the table.
No, and it really is so crazy to think about. Like, if you were to tell those two girls, the red one and the big one, on that day, like that, what they would be working on in 6 years, like would become really, I'm sorry, like I know everyone thinks we're delusional, but like so popular, such a fixture in like, honestly, a generation of women's life. Honestly, like I really feel that way. Like, and I don't know, I feel like if you had told them what it would be, we wouldn't have believed you, but like it's just crazy to think. It really is crazy to think how far we've come.
I would have believed it. I feel like that's what we were always, this is what we've always been working towards, and it's always been, nothing has just happened for us. It's like, there's nothing that's disbelief. It's every day, one foot in front of the other. And I feel like if you had told us then, if you keep doing this every single day for 6 years and work hard at it every single day, like in 6 years, you will be in a place that you really want to be. But it's not like something miraculous happened one day. You know what I mean?
No.
It was the consistency. It's like, yeah, God, if you take one step every day for 6 years, you're going to go far.
Okay, tell them, sis.
Quote
and
card.
You know what? Today's giving? Today's giving at a glance toast, but we're so allowed. Like today, we're really allowed.
Yeah. If not now, when?
I just want to say, like, I love you and I love this job and I love the people who listen to the show. And like when there's like the comments make me laugh every day, like the community, like being a part of it, whether you're a silent listener or you're active in every, comment section, face group, just like making jokes. I see you. You guys are hysterical. I love what I do. I love you. And I'm so proud of us. And honestly, I can't wait to watch this episode in 6 years to be like, oh my God, small potatoes.
Imagine all the baby steps we'll take for the next 6 years.
And we'll be like, oh, we thought we were so big 6 years ago.
Hopefully, knock wood.
God willing, God willing, God willing.
No, I agree. I love this show. I love this job. I said it 6 years ago and I'll say it again today. This chair, maybe, a refresh eventually. Not now. I'm not itching for a refresh, but this is what I want to be doing. This is my dream job and we're having a ball. And I appreciate everyone who listens. And passively, those are great listeners, everyone who makes their presence known. It's just such a fun community. And of course, I love Le Turtelou, the turtle.
Oh, Jax, I just love you. I feel like, I'm not crying, by the way. Like, I'm just, I have a runny nose. I just love you. I feel like so much of our success is really, can be credited to your very savvy, very, you've got a good mind on you, very, you're conservative, you know when to take risks, you know when it's time. I feel like you've really sort of guided us through treacherous waters, calm waters. You always have just such a good head on your shoulders and like, yeah, like I'm turdy and I'm like crazy, whatever. Like, but really like that sort of savviness, I think time and time again, like when we look back on different eras of the toast, we can credit your savviness and your business mind and your calmness and your rationale with a lot of the success and different decisions that we've made, whether they were always, when I look back, like we always made the right decision at times because of you.
Wow, thank you. And I mean, I can say the same for you. So much of our success is you being you.
We're just so blessed to have each other. We're so blessed to have the listeners.
It's great to really work with someone who compliments you in every way. And I feel like your strengths are my weaknesses and my weaknesses are your strengths. That's what I just said.
1000%.
My strengths are your weaknesses.
Totally.
Yeah. Not to brag, but I hope you guys like who you work with too.
Yeah. And I hope you guys like have the best jobs in the world like we do.
And you think of your coworkers like family.
The thing is, a lot of people don't have the best jobs in the world, but because they listen to the toast, it's so much better than it would be.
I feel that.
And
At many points in my life, I wish I was just a toast listener.
So many times, especially like in present day, I actually thought about this yesterday because I have this fabulous Sonos, music system in my house, and I was listening to music, and I'm like, I feel like I need more stimulation while I'm doing my hair. It's like to do this hair, this makeup, it's like a full hour. And if I had an hour long, like actually funny, good show that I could put on, oh, what a delight that would be. But it's too bad I made that, so I can't really be a consumer of it.
And that's your cross to bear.
Yeah, but like I'm jealous of the girlies who like don't have to like they love getting ready and like sitting down for an hour or however long it is, like just because they have the toast,
Yeah.
Love that.
Love that for everyone. So thank you to everyone who listens. We're going to have a great day. We're going to have a great week. This week is going to be really fun. I'm headed to New York soon-ish. Got to pack my things. What am I wearing? What's the weather like?
It's, I'm so glad you brought it up. Today's one of those days that gives you like your joie de vivre back. It gives
spring
you
in New
your will to
York.
live. It's spring in New York. Everyone's outside. Everyone looks gorgeous. Everyone's hair is blowing in the wind. It's 70 degrees with a chill, but the sun is out. Like it's so absolutely stunning. I'm going running in the park today. And I couldn't have chosen a better day to train for the 5K. Like I'm actually excited.
That is exciting. Okay, so I'll have to bring a myriad of things. I feel like it could get like cold at night. I'm just going to have to overpack. I see for myself.
It's so something you never do. So I hope
I'm
you're
not.
not too out of your comfort zone.
Literally, I'm not an overpacker. I often like share a suitcase with the boys. I get one half, they get the other.
The boys. I love those boys.
Boys are back.
They are. The boys never left.
We also can't talk about toast herstory without talking about Theo.
Oh no. Why did you say that? Yeah.
Oh, but he is germane to the success of the show. He was the Toast mascot and still is the Toast mascot. He's the icon on our merch site. Like, he is our CMO and always will be. He's our chief marketing officer.
No, you're so right.
He came to the studio with us every single day, sniffing around the floor, making sure it was clear, that there was no threats. He was security. He was our marketing. He was chief happiness officer.
No, you're right. We made like so many dumb jokes. Like I feel like so many of like our toast lore. So many of like our toasty jokes really came from us just like being obsessed with Theo. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
And this brand was built on his back. I'm so sorry to make you cry.
No, it's okay.
I'm really sorry.
Like,
I feel stupid.
We should no. It's right. Like it's only right that we like acknowledge him in this moment.
Yeah. And he's so proud of us. He was always proud. He liked all the studios. He was always laughing.
Yeah.
It looked like he was sleeping, but he was really laughing.
Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't even like when you think about so many like moments in Toast, like clips that are like historic, and he's literally sitting right next to us.
Claudia, Dr. Fachemin.
Dr. Fachemin.
Dr. Fachemin.
Jackie, he just took a DNA test.
Turns out, oh yeah, Embark, if they ever want to come back as a sponsor, I still have my rap ready.
No, and Theo, like being a Russian refugee.
Just because he got a bath one time and wore a towel on his head. And he looked like a babushka.
Like literally so unfair. Oh my God.
So unfair. We love and miss you. Do tadu.
We love and miss you. Do tadu.
Bryson Strice, the Strice Brethren.
Strice's memoirs.
The Stry Guys.
The Stry Guys. Oh man, too many jokes.
On the bright side, I'm going to meet Romeo this weekend.
I know.
I've not met him. I didn't realize that.
I know. Well, I'm having Shabbat dinner for everyone. And honestly, because I'm leaving for Israel a few days later, I was going to like drop him off at Dog Friendly Living. So like, honestly, he's been pissing me off. Like he needs to go get trained. Like all he does is bite and shit and talk about his mom. Like
that's you. You must like that.
No, he's so annoying. Like I absolutely need him to like grow up. Like this 4-month-old energy, I'm like not into it.
Grow up.
But then I realized you haven't met him yet, so I will be keeping him until
well, don't do it for me. I can meet him on Thursday.
No, but Olivia too.
Okay, that's not a reason. Oh, so
okay,
he's probably coming here soon.
Yeah, I'll just drop it. Drop him, excuse me.
Do what's best for you.
Yeah, for Romeo's schedule.
And of course, what's best for Romeo.
Yeah, of course. So happy Toastiversary to all who celebrate. And today's just going to be no different than any other episode of Toast. We're going to bring joy. We're going to bring light. And like, that's all we're ever going to be. And no matter how, I said this on our Patreon, but I feel like it's worth mentioning on the main show. Like, everybody's always like, oh my God, those sisters, like, how have they not been deplatformed yet? Like, cancel them. They're literally like, didn't we cancel these girls 5 years ago? Like, you didn't, because you can't cancel joy. You can't cancel positivity, and you can't cancel radiance. And that's what we do. We are ebullient. We radiate joy and positivity in a world so full of shit.
Shite.
All you little shits want to keep throwing shit, not us. We're throwing joy. We're throwing love. Join us up here, okay? We're up here. When they go low, when they go shit, we go radiant. So join us here at The Toast. If you're a radiant, positive, joyful person, or if you're somebody who needs radiance, joyful, and positivity, or if you're somebody who respects radiance, joy, and positivity.
And people would say, like, no, you're not. You're mean girls. You're not nice.
Liars. They're lying about us again.
The thing is, the proof is in the pudding. Like, you don't do this for 6 years and warm so many hearts and lives without being like joyful, wonderful queens. So if we were the people that you think that we are and that you say that we are, we wouldn't still be here. So you can shove it up your arse. I said it.
She said what she said.
We also can't talk about At a Glance without getting negative. I'm sorry. We just can't.
Yeah, no, it's so true. But it was, by the way, we were positive for 18 minutes. I needed to just be real for a second.
And I also feel like that is a fair representation of our show and our brand. Like 99% is so positive. There is the 1% that's negative. We just had to, like, I feel like the ratios are fair.
Of course, no, and it's also, you know, worth mentioning, like, we are humans, so it is, and we're Jewish. So, like, we're gonna be negative, we're gonna complain,
and also we are angry. We have a lot of anger.
Because there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. Yeah.
You know what we should do today?
Talk about ourselves more at a glance.
Well, it's part of At a Glance. But I think that we should send who a gift basket.
Honestly, I think
and say, thanks, you dumb bitch. You played yourself. We're bigger than ever.
We would say, congrats, grads. You played yourself. That's what I would say. Oh, and we'd also send her like 3 N95 masks.
Oh, of course.
Bedazzled.
And a bag of Romeo's Duty.
No, I'm cackling.
Let's get on it.
Let's get on it. Love that. Honestly, I'm so down.
I have some really nice new stationery. Oh, and you have the stationery I got you for Sacred Santa.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
I'm obsessed with stationery.
I need to, since my desk came, I need to put it on my desk. You know what I mean? Like, stationery needs to be just like stationed on the desk.
From the desk of Turdy Lou.
Yeah.
I have so much stationery now. I love it. I have is it monogram? No, it's, what's the word?
Embossed?
Personalized.
Also
Stationery,
good.
like for me and the boys. I'm just always writing cards. I love it.
It's funny. I've like never gotten a card from you. Like
I'll write you one. Not today because I'm about to see you, but when you least expect it.
I am just like, I know we're having another conversation. Personally, I'm still stuck on the idea of sending her a gift basket.
Yeah.
It's so funny. How would we get her address?
Let's talk about this offline because
okay.
Because then she'll be like, they're talking about my address.
And by the way, if this episode does make its way there, I'm looking you right in the camera and I'm talking to you. I fucking hate you with every fiber of my being. And it brings me such joy to think about how miserable your life is.
Seriously.
So when you go back inside, put your mask back on and take a shower, okay?
Yeah, keep your mask on.
That's what you do.
Nobody wants to see that mug. Keep your mask on.
I hate you with every fiber of my being. The joy it brings me to think about your miserable fucking life. Oh my God. And honestly, like people say these days, like I'm glowing. They say like you literally look, and they think it's like from like my new health journey. No, it's from the joy I feel in thinking about your miserable ass life, you dumb fucking bitch. I love to love. I love to hate. I really do love to hate. And speaking of hating, let's get into the stories. Jess, describe the words for me. Describe the stories for me in 6 words in honor of our 6-year Toast anniversary.
We have so many I'll start again. There's so many, I must whittle.
An embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, and I might give you 6 for the 6-year toastiversary. I think I will.
Okay, I love that.
So without further ado, it is time for the fast 6 stories that you need to know.
And the sexy 6 chicks that you need to know are brought to you by Saks.com. Jackie and I have decided that we are saying yes to warm weather this year, and that means we are stepping up our wardrobes with the help of Saks.com. Everybody knows Saks.com is the place to shop. Saks.com makes it easy for us to get a jump into spring and summer fashion trends as we approach the warmer seasons. Whether you are looking for new boots for Stagecoach, beachwear for St. Barcelona, or new activewear for a 5K you're training for, they've got it all at Saks.com. Saks.com is super fun and easy to shop on with brands that we love like Staud, Loewe, Favorite Daughter. Saks also does a great job of finding up-and-coming designers so you can hop onto new trends before everyone else. For the Eras Tour, I was able to get my hands on that Danielle Guizio skirt before everybody else wanted to be like turdy and copied me, but I did it first thanks to Saks.com. With different curated shops like Spring Wedding Guests, the It Girls Closet, Designer Shop, and Date Night, Saks.com makes it easy for you to find exactly what you're looking for. You can find anything from a cozy vibe to a more elevated look at Saks.com. So discover new ways to shop for everything every day at Saks.com. That's SAKS.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place and all on your terms. So, girl, it's 2024. Get a website. Like, what are you? A caveman? And I know it can seem like a daunting task, like where do I start? Do I need to hire a company? Squarespace makes it super easy, whatever type of website you're trying to build. Like, for example, if you're selling something, whether you work in e-commerce or you want to start a side hustle, selling stuff online can be really complicated, but with Squarespace, their e-commerce templates are really great to use. If you're like a graphic designer, a photographer, a videographer, any sort of artist who needs to showcase their work, like in an online portfolio, super easy, and you'll have a really, really beautiful looking website, and it does not take a long time. They also can help you with email campaigns, with selling merch, making like checkout seamless. They have really flexible payments for your customer, and they have the tools that you need to create and sell your own online course. So start with a professional layout that fits your brand, upload video lessons to teach unique skills and techniques, and tailor your course with the powerful Fluid Engine editor. So head to squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain using code TOAST. So check out squarespace.com. You can sign up for a free trial, and then once you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Thank you, La.
You're welcome.
Our first story, total eclipse of the sun.
Yeah, kind of.
Yesterday was the solar eclipse, and people were excited, and I'm excited for them. What do you see on the
my
floor?
God. I'm about to shame the absolute fuck out of my husband. I'm in shock.
Sound?
Just, no. No, oh my God, no.
Oh.
Just when you think he can't get any more disgusting. Remember he cut his toenail and left the big nail on your nightstand? Mm-hmm. He has done something even more egregious. I'm in shock.
I'm just trying to think what he could do in the studio.
Well, here's an important piece of context.
Booger?
No, that's just par for the course. Before Ben used my studio yesterday, he went to the doctor. He got a full checkup and got his blood drawn.
Band-Aid, dirty Band-Aid.
Worse.
With the cotton ball, with a bloody cotton ball.
Bloody gauze cotton ball. Look, you see the blood? I'm sick. I'm disgusted.
That's literally a health hazard.
Yeah, this is a biohazard.
Yeah.
He's so disgusting.
No,
I'm in shock.
Really crazy.
And I'm touching it.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm sorry to have cut you off.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the eclipse, which eclipsed everyone's day yesterday. Depending on where you were, you got a partial view of the eclipse. There were towns where it went fully dark, which was really cool.
Yeah.
For those towns and the people who traveled to those towns. Everyone else was looking at the sun with their glasses. What was your experience yesterday?
My experience was like clowning on everyone. I sat in my like a corner of my apartment that has a ton of windows, and I saw people like literally gathered on the street with their reflective, 3D movie glasses. And I just feel like if you did the smallest bit of research, like you would know that New York City was not in the direct path of the eclipse. Like the only part of New York that was upstate, like Buffalo. And I saw Jason Tardik, who's actually from Buffalo. His neighborhood was pitch black like that's cool.
Yeah, well, that's if you're in the direct path, it's pitch black. But everywhere else, you get to see like the moon go over the sun a little bit. You're not going to get total black, but you see the sun.
Jackie, it was still like completely sunny the entire. I stayed there for the entire like 25 minutes.
But if you look at the sun, like you'll see something funny looking.
Now, I know like everybody left their offices and put the glasses on, and like that I understand. Any excuse to get out of the office, and of course any excuse to be a part of something, but like I know there were people like planning their days around it, like okay. You know?
To be honest, it kind of ruined my day because I feel like I didn't have enough of an education around the solar eclipse. I didn't know enough, and so I was mostly led by fear because people said like if you go outside without the glasses, you could damage your eyes forever. So like I didn't want to go outside with the boys. I didn't know like what the deal was.
There was a lot of
like,
fear mongering.
I can't control if they're gonna look up at the sun. So we just like stayed inside until I was waiting till it was over. It was like after 3, and we were just like waiting to go outside all day, and that was probably unnecessary, hugely unnecessary. But I feel like there wasn't enough education around like eclipse safety.
No, and there definitely was like a lot of fear mongering going around. Like I saw the Daily Mail like.
Oh, I saw
the New York
Post had a video of this girl who the last time there was an eclipse looked directly at the sun and she's still suffering. And I was like, okay, so we can wait an hour to go play outside.
The Daily Mail posted that too. And then someone was like, if you even take a picture of it, like it'll break your phone. I don't know.
Yeah. So I abstained from the eclipse and I only have negative things to say about it because it only made a negative effect on my day. And then I found when I did go outside, the sun was so bright.
Oh, you kind of experienced some of the aftershocks.
Yeah, and it felt like the whole day when I was inside, looking outside, it was a little less bright because I guess of the eclipse, and that looked nice. And I wish I could have enjoyed that, a little shade.
Yeah.
A little moon
a little respite.
Shade. And instead, I didn't get any of the benefits, honestly.
No, I did, I do love like a global moment. Mm-hmm. And I love, when everyone's making content and memes and like things about one particular thing, So that part of it I did enjoy. But the actual logistics, especially in New York, the buildings are so tall. Like on any given block, like you can't even see the sun. So like people were like going to stand in the street to look south. It was so stupid.
But I will say, I feel like these days when everyone's like buried in their own lives and in their phones, it's kind of hard for nature to capture people's attention. Like they have to go out of their way. Earthquake, solar eclipse, and I'm glad to see that people can still like find joy and interest in their surroundings because this like when you look at a picture it's like not that crazy unless you were in a place that went totally dark. Like the fact that people like traveled, stayed in these towns that they had overbookings because they wanted to see this natural phenomenon. Like I'm glad that nature can still capture people's attention in that way.
I kind of love that take. You know what? Nature still got it.
Nature still got it.
Yeah, no, you're right. We're also buried so deep in media and work and whatever. And like for however long it was, like 15, 20 minutes for everybody just to like look up, kind of love. Take back everything I said.
Yeah, I'll take back my negativity too because I think it was good for the greater good.
Yeah, I think everybody's mental health, like sun exposure and 20 minutes off of their phones and computers.
The vitamin D levels went up.
And there's a vitamin D deficiency in this country.
What do you think that's because of?
I don't know, but
Everyone's
I read an article about
on their
it.
Phones?
Well, because I got my blood work done and he was like, you look good, but you have like terrible vitamin D deficiency. And he gave me like prescription strength that I had to take for a month. And then Olivia was telling me the same thing happened to her. So I did a little research and it's like, we are a generation devoid of vitamin D.
Probably because we're inside on our devices all day. But that also makes sense. Like in COVID times, like vitamin D was king to fight against COVID.
Oh, you're right.
But it was so crazy that like they told us to stay inside when it's like what we needed actually was to be outside and getting that D because if COVID came our way, you need that D to fight that C.
Right. No, we needed the D. And some of us were getting D. You always need the D.
That's the moral of the story.
I also, I don't believe in those glasses. Like I know if you look up, you will get blind or whatever. But I don't believe that like nature would want us to look that stupid. Like,
how did everyone get the glasses by 1:00 yesterday?
My mother-in-law actually was like very excited about the eclipse, and she gave us all a pair. Like
where did she get them?
I don't know, but
Was
she
it
was
like
like
glasses like eclipseglasses.com?
she was right. She was like, by the way, use them for the Eclipse, but if not, you could literally sell them the day of for $100. Like people were so desperate for glasses. She was right.
Where did people, and maybe in the city, they were probably selling them on every corner, so it's easier. But like people in the suburbs, I saw some of my
Amazon.
neighbors had glasses. Okay, so a few days ago, they were like, we need glasses for the Eclipse in a few days.
Like I think like a lot of people, like we knew about this for a while.
And I was just left out, honestly. I was left out.
I have to say, I really love the moon.
More than the sun? Which do you prefer?
The sun makes me tan, so like there's an enormous value in that. The sun also makes me really happy. But there's something about, and in my new apartment, my bedroom looks out at the moon. And when the moon is like full and gorgeous and there's no clouds in front of it, there's something so amazing about the moon. It really makes you think about your place on this planet, and it makes you feel small, but in a good way. Like it makes your problems feel small, and we're all looking at the same moon. It makes you feel equal. I kind of like love the moon, and I really, really love the stars, but I never see the stars.
So sad.
Whenever I'm out of the city, I make it like a moment, if it's like nighttime, to look up at the stars. Like even if it's just a second, whether we're on vacation, like when we go to Utah, or if I'm in the Hamptons, like even just the suburbs, I always take a moment. I love the stars. I think they're so beautiful.
Stars will guide you home.
Okay, I got another one. Wait. It's by the way, it's lights will guide you home.
I thought it might be, but then I think stars guide you home because of the constellations.
Stars shining bright above you. Sweet dreams to make a women, I love you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
I got one.
Okay.
Even though the guys are crazy, even though the stars are blind, if you show me real love, baby, I'll show you mine. What's this
We
game
can make
called?
it nice.
Where
What's
you
the
have to-
game called?
The game called where you have to get the word in the song.
Oh, I don't know if there's an actual name for that game, but if there was, we would be Olympians at it.
Yeah.
It's the game where like you pick up a word and then you go back and forth with finding songs that have that word. You get like a minute to come up with as many as you can, or you just keep going back and forth. And like I could outlast, seriously, Shazam.
You could beat Shazam is what you're saying.
I could. I could.
Let's move on to the next story.
I said, oh my, what a marvelous tune. It was the best. And I never could forget how we moved. The whole place was dressed to the nines because we were dancing, dancing. Like we made a starlight, starlight.
However, if we were playing by the rules, you'd be disqualified. Oh, I guess they played that in Pitch Perfect. Remember? In the
Yeah, but they do it
skate
in
park?
a really annoying theater kid kind of way.
Yeah, but that's a cool scene.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yes. Is
Goodbye,
Aaron
Eclipse.
Rodgers in that movie? Or
No,
just
his
his
brother.
teammates?
His brother.
Okay.
Like the Packers. Yeah.
His
But
brother's
not
in.
him.
Yeah, okay. The guy with the long hair.
But not Jordan. No, he's just a different. I don't think he's related to Aaron.
No, but he's on the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of Green Bay Packers in that scene for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our next story is exciting award news. The ACM nominations are out.
Oh.
Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, and Megan Maroney lead the noms.
Okay, Megan Maroney, TikTok queen.
Here are the categories and the nominees. Entertainer of the Year: Kane Brown, Luke Bryan, Jelly Roll, Cody Simpson, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, Lainey Wilson.
Excuse me?
Who are you looking for in particular?
Well, first of all, I feel like, okay, like, do they want Entertainer of the Year to mean anything? Like, read it again.
Kane Brown, he's on tour right now. Luke Combs, Jelly Roll. Cody
By the way, you didn't say Luke Combs the first time around, and you said Cody Simpson.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Okay. Roll the
Like,
tape.
seriously, to the point that I want to stop recording now and listen back.
You said Cody Simpson.
I said Cody Johnson and Chris Stapleton.
No, you didn't, because you said them way separately, and you literally said Cody Simpson.
So how come you didn't stop me when I said Cody Simpson?
Because I was like, oh my God, is there a country artist whose name I don't know?
Cody Johnson. if that really happened, I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm going to be open to what you're saying. That's really crazy if I said that.
Okay. Now start from the beginning because I'm like, who's Cody Simpson? You said him literally second.
Kane Brown, Luke Combs, Jelly
And
Roll.
you didn't say Luke Combs. You like had a little stroke.
If what you're saying is true, which is not how I remember it, then yes, I've had a stroke.
By the way, you know that scene from Sex and the
911.
City? Oh, honey, you made a little joke. Oh, honey, you had a little stroke.
Yeah.
Okay, that was so crazy. Start from the beginning.
I feel like either I had a stroke or I'm being gaslit.
You're not.
Either one, I feel very unsettled.
You're not.
Kane Brown, Luke Combs, Jelly Roll, Cody Johnson, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, Lainey Wilson.
Okay. Now,
Like,
I always
who
think...
were you looking for that wasn't there? Luke?
Well, Luke,
Apparently
the first time I didn't hear it, and I'm like, who's Cody Simpson? Now, the ACMs, I feel like Entertainer of the Year is always really controversial, and I don't feel like they've given it to the actual entertainer of the actual year for many, many years. So I feel like the person who I think should get it this year, now, of course, I feel like Luke should get it every year, but I really feel probably this year is Morgan Wallen's year. Like, it has one of the biggest tours, and every song, he had like 5 songs that were number one, like broke every record. Like, if you want to be factual, like, sure. But if you want to make shit up, sure. Give it to someone random. Give it to Cody Johnson.
Lainey
And by
Wilson,
the way,
again.
Cody Johnson's amazing. Lainey Wilson is amazing. They weren't the entertainers of the year.
Yeah.
Like, last year when she won, and I went on a whole rant about it, like, she literally won. And
She opened up for Luke Combs.
She opened up for Luke Combs. Like, it was just absurd. And I literally can't stress how much I love Lainey Wilson. So much of her music is on my 5K playlist. I love her.
It's no shade, but the industry, and I don't think she's an industry plant, but they're treating her like one.
They are, and especially like they have such controversy about never awarding it to a woman, and there were years where really Carrie Underwood was doing so much and she was nominated and she never won. Same with Miranda Lambert. And then one year they gave it to both of them. Like, it was so... And then to give it to a woman on a year where I felt like it wasn't deserved, it's giving tokenism. No one's going to take us seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
Why don't you just give it to a woman the year that she actually deserved it?
Why don't you just?
So, like, I don't even... Like, this doesn't excite me because it never makes any sense. And I'm sorry. Luke Bryan? Like, grow up.
He's not on this list.
You said him before.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, you said Luke Bryan. You said Luke Bryan.
We have to stop recording and
No.
listen.
You said Luke Bryan.
Listen, I can't talk about what we said or didn't say like until I see it back.
I
know I didn't say
Luke Bryan.
I've read this list now 4 times. And the
first time around, you said Cody Simpson and Luke Bryan.
I have nothing to say back because thankfully we're rolling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to table it. Hopefully remember tomorrow to duke it out.
Yep.
Female Artist of the Year. Kelsey Ballerini, Ashley McBride, Megan Maroney, Casey Musgraves, Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson, I think, will win, and I think she should.
I feel like all strong choices can make the case for all.
She had like a banner year. I feel like Kelsey Ballerini didn't release music this year and she didn't tour this year, so it's hard to win those types of awards. Megan Maroney like made a big splash, but I still think Lainey Wilson should get it.
Okay. Casey Musgraves has a new album out, but I feel like this album won't get its credit at this award show.
No, but also like country, I feel like they do not fuck with Casey Wilson. I can't say anyone's name.
Okay, you're
Casey
the one
Musgraves.
who keeps like making errors and
oh
then
please
you're saying that it's
oh
me.
don't turn this around on me, bitch. Don't turn this around on me.
No,
You fucked it up.
We're tabling this. I can't wait to watch this back. Just for clarity.
It's around like the 38-minute mark, I think.
Yeah, Casey's kind of an outsider. I would agree. I don't think they hate though. I don't think they hate.
I don't think they hate, but I think that like she had this enormous success off of a country album, like really went, I think, deep out of the genre for a little bit and then came back. And then remember they removed her in the Grammys category from being country for the last album. What was it called?
That's the
Starstruck?
Grammys.
Yeah, no. And I just think like they don't really like see her. I feel like she won't even go to this.
I feel like it's not bad blood. Like it's not like Maren Morris.
No, it's not like Maren Morris, but I feel like with Casey, there's just like an awkwardness, you know? Whereas like with Maren Morris, there's like actual hatred and tension and like
Hatred
words thrown.
Yeah, there's hate.
Yeah.
Next,
On both sides.
Yeah, male artist of the year. Luke Combs, Jelly Roll, Cody Johnson, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen.
Now, whoever I think wins this should win Entertainer of the Year.
Unless it's Lainey Wilson.
I'm really surprised to see Jelly Roll up in all these categories. I watched his documentary. I happen to really like him and I like his story. And he pops up on like a lot of podcasts and like pop culture moments. But like in terms of a country, like I don't believe he tours. I think he like does shows, but he doesn't tour. Feels he kind of gives a little bit industry.
It's Luke or Morgan, and I feel like after
course.
Chairgate, it's going to be Luke. I don't think they want to award Morgan. I feel like he was just coming back from his last scandal. Like, okay, we'll invite you and nominate you because literally you're the biggest country artist in the world, so I guess we kind of have to. But I don't think he'll be walking up to that stage and saying some words.
Agreed.
So, Luke.
Yep.
Duo of the year: Brooks and Dunn, Brothers Osborne, Dan and Shay, Maddie and Tay, The Warren Treaty.
I love The Warren Treaty.
Yeah, but it's really the usual suspects. I feel like they can just like rotate every 5 years. One of them wins.
Yep.
Works for me. I love them all. This is interesting. There's new female artist of the year and new male artist of the year.
Oh, that's giving losery energy. Like, read me all nominations and I'll cut them in half. Ready?
Female: Cassie Ashton, Ashley
Never
Cook,
heard of her.
Ashley Cook.
I've heard of Ashley Cook.
Hannah Ellis.
I don't think I've heard of her.
Kylie Morgan.
I love one of her songs, but like that's I think a little bit of a stretch. Okay.
Megan Maroney. That's obviously.
Okay, obviously. So I think Megan Maroney and Ashley Cook would be taken from the women.
New male artist of the year: Ernest. He's big.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Cameron Marlowe. Cameron
Never,
with a K.
I have heard of him, but he's undeserving.
Dylan Scott, Connor Smith, Nate Smith.
Nate Smith. Okay. So honestly, 2 men and 2 women. They didn't need 2 categories.
Yeah. And then album of the year: Getting Old, Luke Combs; Higher, Chris Stapleton; Leather, Cody Johnson; One Thing at a Time, Morgan Wallen; Rolling Up the Welcome Mat, Kelsey Ballerini.
Wow.
Okay, so that's what she's nominated for this year.
Right. I guess it was at like the very beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's going to be Morgan or Luke if it's, based on.
If it's just.
Yeah. And yeah. I love both albums really equally. Maybe Luke's a little bit more.
I love Luke's more, but that's a personal thing for me.
It doesn't mean it's better. It is.
It's so hard.
No, they're both so good. And I've listened to them both to death.
Yeah, I'm in my listening to Morgan Wallen's to death era right now.
Uh-huh. It's so good.
Whew. Single of the year.
And honestly, it would be like Luke sweeping if it wasn't for... Man made the world in 7 short days. He said it was good. I bet it was great. God made man. Man got lonely.
He said, please, Lord, if I could only have an angel to hold in my arms. So God made a girl his best work of art. Hey, but he didn't make no place to go when she breaks your heart. So man made a bar.
I absolutely love singing songs about Jesus. Like, I can't.
That's not about Jesus. That's about God.
Yeah, I guess it's giving Genesis. It's giving Old Testament. It's kind of giving a song like for the Jews.
It's Genesis. It's like chapter 1, verse 1.
But there's this trend on TikTok, and I don't know how it's definitely not like a big trend. I'm definitely like kind of like, I don't know how I got there, for people showing like before and after they found Christ. And it's like, it's this one song and they show like their life videos before of like them drinking, partying, like just, kind of sinful behavior. And then when this beat drops on the song, it goes to them getting baptized. It's such a good song. Oh, 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 my God did not fail. This is my story, my testimony. Jackie, it's so good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and I'm like, kind of want to get baptized. Like, I just, like, it looks so nice.
Because you're a water sign.
Exactly.
Single of the year: Burn It Down, Parker McCullum; Fast Car, Luke Combs; Last Night, Morgan Wallen; Need a Favor, Jelly Roll; Next Thing You Know, Jordan Davis. I love Next Thing You Know. By the way, we can't even talk about Morgan Wallen without talking about Last Night, which kind of took over the world. Is probably the biggest country song of the year.
No, and he had like 3 of those.
Yeah.
What's that other one that he released? You Proof?
Yeah.
That also was like literally number 1, not even just country. All like, that's the thing. It's like they can ignore him all they want, but like.
But then Luke has Fast Car.
Yeah, which is also earth shattering.
Which also did major things.
It'll be a big night for either of them.
Yeah, I'll be watching. This will be a great, jolly good show.
A jolly good show. Before we continue, can I say something?
Yeah.
That the remainder of the show is brought to you by Row Body. Row Body provides access to the most popular weight loss shots on the market. I've been very open about the fact that I used weight loss shots for about a year. They completely changed my life. I'm a really big fan of them. And I think a lot of people don't know where to start when looking for when looking to get into weight loss shots. So check out the Row Body program. The Row Body program pairs a weekly shot with healthy lifestyle changes so you can lose 15 to 20% of your weight in a year on average and actually keep it off. Over 200,000 people have already chosen Row to help them lose the weight. The Row Body program members have support throughout the process, so they handle all the insurance, their partners handle all the insurance paperwork to help you get your medication covered. And if you're eligible for the medication, patients have access to their provider on demand for any questions. You can sign up online from the comfort of your own home, and that means no scheduling a doctor's appointment, no commute to the doctor's office, and no waiting rooms. Also, no awkward conversations. I feel like a lot of people have asked me, like, Claudia, how do I bring it up with my doctor? I feel embarrassed. I feel weird. And you shouldn't feel embarrassed, but doing it online with Row Body gets rid of all that weirdness, and they just make it really easy. And it's just kind of this like confusing thing. Like, where do I go? How do I get it covered? Who do I ask? Just go to Row and they will take care of everything. Average weight loss is 15 to 20% in 1 year, combined with healthy lifestyle changes. BMI and other eligibility criteria do apply. Go to row.co/toast. Sign up today and you'll pay just $99 for your first month and $145 a month after that. Medication costs are separate. That's ro.co/toast. Today's episode is brought to you by Lume. If I had to think of the time I personally smelled the worst I've ever smelled in my entire life, it would probably be 2 days ago after running 2.5 miles, training for the 5K. Yeah, subtle flex. Fortunately, Lume Whole Body Deodorant has made it so that we can smell our best every day. And that's whole body. So like when I run, I'm sweating, like armpits for sure, but like cracks and crevices too, breasts, underarms, betwixt the thighs, behind my knees. And it's annoying to have to like run home after the gym when I have other things to do. And so using Lume is kind of amazing. Unlike other deodorants, Lume is powered by mandelic acid to deliver outrageous 72-hour odor control everywhere from your pits to your feet and yes, even your privates. It was patients' concern about private part odor that originally inspired the OBGYN who invented Lume. Fast forward 6 years, she too is celebrating her 6-year anniversary, and her game-changing whole body deodorant has now earned over 300,000 5-star reviews from people like us who love feeling confident from head to toe. And we have a special offer. New customers can get 15% off all Lume products with our exclusive code and link. Use code TOAST at lumedeodorant.com. That's code TOAST for 15% off. It's a whole body deodorant. It's created by an OBGYN. It is baking soda free. It is paraben free. It's pH balanced for safe use in your nether regions. And you can choose from a variety of fresh, bright scents like clean tangerine, lavender sage, or toasted coconut. I happen to love the clean tangerine. So again, 15% off using code TOAST at lumedeodorant.com.
Thank you, Claudia.
An honor.
Our next story. Love is gone. What are we supposed to do after all that we've been through?
Oh, you know what? That's such a good treadmill song. What's it called?
Love is Gone by David Guetta.
That's a treadmill song. I'm adding it to the 5K playlist.
Now that's a driving in the Tesla song, windows down.
Dylan Matthew? No. Love is Gone. David Guetta. Got it.
Got it? Okay, great. So now I can tell you why the love is gone.
Please.
If you want to know. And it's that Aoki Lee Simmons has told her friends that her brief romance with Vittorio Assaf is already 100% done. So while
love is gone.
Kimora Lee Simmons was furious about her daughter's new romance with Serafina founder Vittorio Assaf. But Page Six is told that Kimora need not fret because it's already over. It's turned out that her PDA-filled getaway with the 65-year-old restaurateur was just a fling. Quote, it's 100% done. They're absolutely not dating, a source close to Aoki told Page Six.
I feel like two things could have happened here. One, Kimora called her daughter and
said, get home now.
Her a new asshole, which is definitely, I feel like Kimora gives that energy. She's like Mama Bear.
Oh my God, we all saw her on the phone with Chloe in Palm Springs. Yeah.
Or, and I feel like this happens, like I feel like Aoki and her girlies like went to St. Bart's, and in St. Bart's
She got
there's
carried
just like,
away.
no, I feel like there's like a lot of wealthy guys who just like have these big boats and they throw parties and they take you to restaurants and they have all these reservations and you can, take you to Hermes, and you just like, you kiss one because, he's taking you and your friends on the boat. Like, I feel like maybe that's what it was, and it was like not that serious.
I agree. That's very possible. I don't think that they were like in a serious relationship. I think what happens,
like, I don't think they went there together.
Stays in St. Bart's. However, there were also Instagram lives that he was in. Have you heard about these? Like,
yeah, maybe just because like her and her friends got invited on his boat.
Yeah, and they were like drinking and going live and talking about going shopping, and I think they were kind of icky.
No, I'm telling you. Okay, here's what happened because I just got back. Aoki and her girlfriends went to Bagatelle. And they had a great time, and there was like this big table, like buying like $50,000 bottles of champagne, and they like were these like kind of old rich men, and she was there with like her hot young friends, and they're like young girls, so they weren't like spending thousands, even though she's very wealthy, but like they were just young girls like probably having cocktails, and they invited them over, and then they like went on the boat, and then they were like, let's just hang out with these old guys because they keep buying us like $50,000 bottles of champagne, and they have this boat, and they probably can get reservations at like La Tea and all the places, and they ended up spending the weekend, and then like to keep, it was like Saturday and they had one more night, and she was like, all right, let me kiss this freak
when we'll get dinner comped.
Just for dinner. Yeah.
But unfortunately, paparazzi got pictures. How would you even, I wouldn't even
That's
know
the thing.
that these two people were notable.
Well, maybe
paparazzi just kind of like takes pictures and then they bring it back to the agency and then they use the face finding to see, by the way, who we know.
That does happen at certain places. Like, if you're walking into Craig's, they'll take a picture of you and then they'll take it home, look it up, see you're a nobody, and the pictures will never make it on the internet. But just in case like they don't know who you are, they take pictures of everyone. And I feel like maybe there are certain paparazzi like from France who like just chill on the coast of St. Bart's where like the big yachts are parked. There's like one marina. It's a tiny island.
Yeah.
And they follow the big yachts.
And I don't think they ever expected that this story would get so much attention.
Yeah, they didn't even know what they stumbled upon.
Well, it's just obviously a St. Bart's fling, and the love is gone between these
She
two.
took one for the team, and honestly, now seeing it through this perspective, this lens, I have enormous respect for Aoki. Like, she did what needed to be done for her friends.
Yeah, and for the trip.
Right.
For the betterment of the trip.
For the boat.
And the itinerary.
Exactly. For the Birkin, perhaps.
I hope. Even though she can get a Birkin. She could probably borrow her mom's.
Yeah.
Not have to smooch Mr.
Grandpa.
Sarafiner.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
It was.
Our next story, some sweet news. Suki Waterhouse posts about her 4th trimester and says it has been humbling. So I actually just followed Suki as a new mama on Instagram.
Wait, her 4th trimester, didn't she give birth?
Yeah, the 4th trimester is what they call the first 3 months of postpartum.
Okay, I've literally never heard that.
Oh, I have. It's well known.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like 4th trimester for you because your body is still like just going through it.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of 4th trimester for the baby because they're still like as if they're in the womb.
Yeah, curled up.
So colloquially, we call it the 4th trimester. And she posted a picture on Instagram of herself in her postpartum Free to Mom underwear saying, yeah, the 4th trimester has been humbling. The postpartum period has been filled with exhilarating joy, so much laughter, tears, so many hormones. I'm proud of everything my body has achieved and proud of the kindness and grace I've given myself during this recovery period. Those are the best.
Did you know the name of her baby yet?
No.
Oh, that's what I thought the story was.
No, just a mirror pic, update, shout out to Freedom Mom postpartum undies. I would wear those all the time if I thought to.
And is it a diaper? Is that what it is?
No, it's disposable underwear.
So a diaper.
I guess, but not a diaper. Like, you still would need a pad. You need to put a pad in. Diapers have padding.
Oh. Okay, so it's not a diaper.
It's really just underwear that you throw in the bin, yeah.
In the bin?
In the bin.
Are you British?
Like Suki, yeah. That's just what Suki and I say.
Yeah, like just British moms.
Just British mom stuff, yeah.
I don't really care
understand.
much about like baby names. Like I'm not that phase of my life. I feel like you like love that sort of news. The way I need to know the name of this child. Like I don't know why it's like killing me.
Because some couples' baby names are more interesting than others, especially when they seem to be like a little non-traditional. But also, I'm so curious about traditional baby names too. I'm like, is it a John?
But no,
Is it a Sarah?
The reason why they're so confusing is because they're like very artsy, fartsy, like non-traditional people. And them getting together and just having a baby was so traditional of them. And like maybe they're going to name their kid like seriously Benjamin Pattinson. You know? Ben Pattinson is kind of such a great name. Benjamin Pattinson is too long.
Robert is a traditional name. So maybe he feels like, well, they had a girl, I think, based on the color of the stroller. So Roberta
Pattinson is not just working for me. I feel like it's going to be like Samantha.
You do? I think it's going to be of not this name, but of the elk of Willow. That's what I said.
Yeah, you're right. Like Rain.
Harlow.
Kind of love that.
That was Nicole Richie's daughter's name that we just talked about last week. That's why.
And that's why she named it House of Harlow.
Yeah.
Her clothing line, which is actually like really successful.
Yeah.
I feel like when we talk about like celebrity brands, we don't even consider House of Harlow because it's so not even, I don't even think of Nicole Richie. I think of Revolve.
Yeah. Cute stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Suki's a good new mama follow, a new NMF.
Yeah.
Love
I think I had already followed her.
Oh, look at you.
I actually met her once.
And?
Couldn't have been more lovely.
You love to hear it.
Yeah.
Our next story, Rihanna is on the cover of Interview magazine, and she's talking about Kyle Richards and Morgan Wade as a couple.
You're lying.
No.
Oh my God. I saw that she was on the cover, but I didn't read it, of course.
Rihanna is sold on Kyle and Morgan as a couple, even if the reality star and country music singer won't admit it. So she told Interview magazine in her cover story, she said, she was asked whether she believes Kyle and Morgan are romantically involved. She said, quote, I mean, duh. Listen, I love Kyle. It's weird commenting on her relationship because I don't know the facts. I just feel like she was able to reobserve her marriage through a new lens.
Yeah.
She speculated that Morgan probably made Kyle feel valued and cute and quirky and fun when Mauricio kind of, quote, took her for granted. And that's why I believe there's something with Morgan. Because sometimes it takes that for you to fight for what you deserve.
No, by the way, so true, first of all. Like her analysis on the situation is spot on.
Yeah, wait. And also the interviewer tried to ask her about Alison Dubois, the medium who thinks that she predicted the demise between Mauricio and Kyle. However, like if you just go to any Beverly Hills dinner party and say you'll be divorced in 10 years, you're going to be right 75% of the time. And Rihanna responded and said, man, stop. I'm not getting into that, you messy bitch.
No, by the way, whenever Rihanna talks about Bravo, which isn't all the time, but we know she's a big fan.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed by her breadth of knowledge. It's not like she just like picked up and is talking about like the current season of OC. Like she knows history.
Yeah.
She's almost like an encyclopedia. There are certain people who've been watching for so many years. You can always tell when like somebody's like recapping something on a podcast and they just started watching Bravo. It's like, girl, there's history here. Oh my God, so funny. Abe texted me last night. Abe doesn't watch Bravo. He texted me last night out of the blue. We weren't even talking. Where is this text? He goes, hi. What was Danielle referring to when she implied that Teresa didn't acknowledge her nephew?
Great question.
I was like, excuse me? I didn't even know he was watching Bravo, but obviously now he's like doing the work. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't even remember what he's talking about. What was Danielle referring to when she implied that the Teresa didn't acknowledge her nephew? I assume Melissa.
Yeah.
And Melissa wasn't on the show yet.
She wasn't on the show yet. And I think Melissa had been talking to Danielle. And I guess there was already beef between Melissa and Teresa. And in some view of it, she didn't acknowledge her nephew in a way that she should have. I don't know exactly what it was because then it went right into like, do not break up my family. And is she saying break up or bring up? I don't know.
Oh, I think she was saying, it's actually, was she saying break up?
Both work.
I think bring up. Yeah, they both work. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So I love Rihanna, like really the people's princess, talking about like the things like, thank you. This is what celebrities should be asked in interviews. Like not what inspires you, but do you think Kyle's a lesbian?
And is she in a relationship with Morgan?
Yeah.
Do you think she's in a relationship with Morgan?
Well, at the end of the reunion, she said she wasn't, correct?
Yes, but not in a compelling way.
Right. No,
Like
it was not convincing.
It's like, look into my eyes. I'm saying no, but I mean yes.
Yes. I do think that they're in a relationship because I can't conceive how a woman of her age and stature and a woman of Morgan's age and stature and sexuality would be spending that much time together.
Yeah. I think if it was so out of the question when Kyle was asked it at the reunion, she'd been like, no, this is my friend. Can't women be friends? Like,
it would have been more absurd.
She was like swallowing a pit in her throat, like crying. No. Yeah, she's getting deed down by Morgan Dubs. Yeah, I believe.
And I love that. We haven't had a lesbian on Beverly Hills, and that might just be the thing that they need to shake it up Chicago.
But wouldn't she be bi?
Oh, well, actually, I don't know. It could be either. Like, however she identifies.
Sure. But she was married for like 50 years.
Yeah. Actually, we did have Bronwyn, but that was OC.
I thought you said Beverly Hills, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking West Coast. Well, love that. Thanks, Rihanna. And by the way, you haven't commented on my haircut.
Well, we talked about it yesterday and today, this morning. I didn't comment on it publicly yet, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You want to public?
Because this haircut like was your doing.
And I think you look fantastic.
I didn't go dramatic. If you're listening as a podcast, Jackie convinced me like my hair is my thing, yada, yada. Now I cut like 3 inches and I just got like layers.
You look fresh to death.
I got like a fresh chop, but I really, I always make my next appointment when I'm there because she's so busy. So in June, at the end of June, like right before we, leave for summer, I'm thinking.
Okay, keep thinking.
I'm thinking I might do something more dramatic. Like
I'm for it as long as you're doing it for the right reasons.
I'd be doing it because it's summer, and like why the hell not?
Yeah, I'm so for it. Even looking at you now, your hair looks kind of short to me, and like
right. I just pulled out like my front layers. Here, look.
No, that's long. I support. I love a short haircut. I've really not seen it bad on someone.
Oh, I have.
You'll have to tell me who and I'll tell you why. I love it.
Yeah?
You're me 6 years ago today.
I'm thinking a little bit longer.
Okay.
Than that.
Let's get into our sixth and final story, shall we?
I thought we were done. Okay, that's why I started talking about my haircut.
No. There's one more because we said 6. That way
yeah.
It allows me to one day do 4, just so you know.
Yep.
Calvin Harris's wife admits that she listens to Taylor Swift's music as soon as he's away. So Calvin Harris's wife, Vic Hope, admitted she's a big fan of his ex-girlfriend, Taylor Swift. As soon as my husband goes away, I listen to Taylor Swift, she revealed during Monday's episode of her BBC show, Going Home with Vic, Katie, and Jamie. She said, that's just when I get my little fill, just a couple of songs, get it out of my system, and then it's done. She made the confession.
I had no idea he was married.
Me neither, but a submitted note from a listener claimed that they jammed out to all the tunes their partner hates when they're gone. And so then she shared that she jams out to her husband's ex-girlfriend songs when he's gone.
Oh, so her husband hates Taylor. She kind of said that,
Oh, I didn't get that vibe. More so like when I wouldn't want to listen like with my husband to our ex-girlfriend because then it's like, oh, she's so great. That's...
No, but also I actually do think Calvin Harris hates Taylor. Like I think
and she hates him.
Yeah, I think there are exes of Taylor who really respect her and they had like left it mutually well. Like I think her and Harry Styles like each other a lot. I think Calvin Harris fucking hates Taylor and I think Taylor fucking hates Calvin Harris, which is so crazy because it was actually a really long relationship of hers. It wasn't like, I was actually one of my favorites at the time. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this is something I think she would have to hide. Like I think they still actively dislike each other.
I feel like he's probably moved on. And I also feel like the hatred came from the tweet that he sent.
Yeah, he started it.
So she hates him and she like wrote that mean song about him. I forgot that you existed. I can't imagine he like actively hates her, but I wouldn't want to listen to like your ex-girlfriend's amazing work and like constantly be reminded of her when I'm with you. But on my own, like I can enjoy it as just like a Swiftie and a girly's girl.
There are a lot of swirlies out there who are like in a predicament such as this woman. Tay Lautner has been very open, but it's all good because that's another ex of Taylor's that like she loves, so it's all good.
It's all
good.
But
who else?
Like Sophie Turner was one that was all good.
Yes, but it could have been bad. We were like,
but like Jake Gyllenhaal's current girlfriend, definitely has to listen with headphones in.
1,000%.
They're on the plane and she's like listening to All Too Well on her AirPods Max.
Jake Gyllenhaal despises Taylor Swift, like with every fiber of his being.
Despise, but I'm sure his girlfriend, she's 18? She probably loves Taylor.
No, she's like 14. So love that. Love to find out Calvin Harris is married. I wish him well, you know, like.
I have no
peace.
bad blood personally.
On a personal level, me neither.
I think he's super talented.
He's never done anything to me.
No, and like when I look at their beef, it's not something that affects me or how I see either of them. It's just like, yeah, breakups. That was the person that you knew and trusted most in this world, and now they're a stranger to you, and sometimes that gets ugly.
Yeah.
So neither of them like did anything that has clouded how I see them.
Oh, good.
Which I'm sure Calvin will be really happy to hear.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be happy to hear like that the slate is tabula rasa, you know,
Totally
like we're good.
clean. And Calvin works with one of my favorite artists a lot.
Ellie Goulding.
Yeah.
Who he used to date.
And they're good.
They're good, yeah.
So I'm good.
Therefore, if A equals B and B equals C, you're good with Calvin.
Exactly, Claudia.
So that wraps up our 6-year Toastiversary episode.
You know what we should do also is count what number episode this is.
I know, because we hit 1,000 like a while ago.
Yeah, like 13 months ago. So this is probably 1,300 more or less.
Yeah, I'll count.
That's nutty.
Nutty AF.
Nutty AF.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Toast and Monday Morning Show, where we deliver the fast five stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast and where podcasts can be found. So it's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, Evercast, Book Club, Listen to the podcast, find us on social media, a bit of a setting, and wickedly talented we are. And tell us also like what your favorite Toast memory is. Like, let's take a walk down memory lane together.
And you know what?
You guys remember stuff that we don't.
I want a deep cut. Like we all know Squeegee Girl.
I love Squeegee Girl.
Dak Shun, Robert Flats, and those are amazing. And I feel like they've had their time in the sun. I want a deep cut. Make it deep.
Love that.
Things we have genuinely forgotten about, please.
Yeah.
We all know Closed on Sunday. And that's all she wrote.
Do you want to say anything else?
Of course I do, Dirty. Love ya.